We're gonna start off by taking a look at Guy's lift. 108 kilos on the bar here, super efficient, timed perfectly, drives out the sticking point, incredible. So let's break it down. This was actually a complex of a clean and then a hang clean. I wanna take you guys back to the start position for Guy. One of the first things that I noticed when he's initiating this lift from the floor that he does extremely well as he begins the lift is he leads with the chest. Now this is a lovely cue that I like to utilize with my guys that I work with on a one-to-one basis as well. To think about leading with the chest. Now what I mean by that is as the lift starts, almost imagining though we're getting pulled by the t-shirt to move vertically in the first phase of the floor. You'll notice how Guy has a really good relationship between his knees and his elbows in the setup position, and his shoulders are sitting directly above the bar. This allows him, as he initiates from the floor, to push the floor away with the legs. So what I'm getting at here, if you look what's happening with the feet, he's staying in full contact with the floor and he's pushing the floor away with the legs. Naturally, you'll see what happens here is the shins start to move back, okay? Now, this isn't something that I'll technically coach with an athlete when they're starting their Olympic weightlifting journey, because if you get in the correct start position, it will naturally happen and we use the legs. You'll notice here, as he initiates, he takes the tension out the bar really well. It means that he's able to maintain a consistent angle then of the back when he's pushing from the floor. This is crucial so that at the point where the bar is reaching knee height, we've still got the bar over the midfoot and there's no early extension. Like I said, if we're too aggressive in that first phase, we don't take tension or we don't lead with the chest from the floor, the shoulders will have a tendency to move forward, and that can cause, through this middle phase lift as we start to transition, slight early extension onto the toe. Now, we'll get into the bit that's most important here. What you'll notice is that Guy's letting his arms hang nice and loose. This means that the contact point for the clean then becomes around mid-thigh, mid to upper thigh. From here, as he extends, you'll notice the bar brush the thigh through the middle. And that's what I'm always getting at with the clean. It's a brush, not a hit. What we don't want to see happening through this middle phase is the bar looping or moving away from the body. As soon as the bar gets away from the body in the clean, it makes it more difficult for you to move underneath the bar dynamically. Okay, which will again cause you have to maybe jump forward, which can result in a mistiming in the catch of the clean. If you want to be super efficient in a complex or being able to jerk after a heavy clean, you need to have that timing correct in the receiving position. So as he hits his top position, another key point that we're gonna see here is the legs have hit full extension. This is really, really good to see with his shoulders just sitting very slightly behind the hip line here at the top. From this point, once we've hit full extension, the arms are hanging loose, what we wanna see happening is the shoulders rising into the ears. So the arms stay straight and the shoulders rise into the ears. The arms are loose enough so that there's a slight pitching here in the elbow, but ultimately the shoulders are the things that are directing the bar to keep moving vertically, which means we get that continual acceleration. At the point the bar has reached this point in the lift, the bar is reaching its fastest point. So if you think we're controlled and smooth from the floor, the bar is accelerating up to this point. This is what's allowing Guy from this point to be able to move down while the bar is still moving up. So if I just put a height point on this point where his feet leave the ground, we'll put the bar height in here. Look what happens as he's moving down, bar is still moving up, which is great. That's what gives him the time to move into his receiving position. One thing I want you to notice here is the feet are moving out into the catch position. Now the reason why the feet need to move in the clean is because the point where you have the feet to produce most vertical force, like you would do when you're jumping, versus the foot position that you need when you're squatting are slightly different. So that's why we see the shift of the feet out, which allows him enough room for his hips to sit between the ankles. Now there's a couple of key points from a technical standpoint. What you'll notice is that the feet are flat, the knees are tracking over the toe, which is why mobility in the ankles can be crucial for Olympic weightlifting. But you'll notice how the shoulders, or the humerus, is nice and upright. So the better we can get those elbows up, the easier it is to have an upright torso position. But most importantly, this is what allows us to catch this bounce and drive out of the bottom position well timed. As a result of the knees being forward at this point, we're able to utilize the legs to stand out of the front squat position. You'll notice here, and you'll see it happen specifically as he drives out of this clean, he maintains his hook grip to the top position. As he's returning back down here, you'll see the hook grip still in. This is a sign of good front rack mobility, and I say it's crucial to be able to time the clean really well. It allows him to then return the bar into his hip crease, before he goes into the clean. Okay? Now, something that he does really well here, which not a lot of people would be able to do, is he does it without having to reset at waist height. So he's lowered straight into this perfect position to strike up on the hang clean. I want you to notice something that happens from here. As he's lowered the bar down, watch the arms relax. So you can see how he starts to lengthen through the arm here before he changes direction. Again, for the hang clean, he does a really good job of keeping those shoulders above the bar at this point and the arms loose before he hits full extension. Now, naturally, because this is a 2-lift complex, he's more fatigued, so we'll see not quite as much leg extension happening here on the hang clean as you do on the clean. But this is, again, a common mistake that people make when they're doing cleans. They think, I need to get more height on the bar, I need to get more height on the bar. But watch this. Look at the height that Guy's got the bar here. It's literally lower than a deadlift position if he was standing up the bar. But as he's accelerated, because the bar's accelerated, it's still moved up to a great height here as he's moving down, which gives him ample enough time to turn the elbows through into the receiving position and meet that bar between these two lines. And this is perfect distribution of max height for extension, max height gained during the bar floating through the middle phase of the lift, and then a fast turnover. That line should always sit here, right in between the two. The closer that you can keep these lines together, the more efficient your clean is going to become, which is why you'll see again a great catch as he receives, still in that hook grip, to stand up at the bottom position. Overall, an absolutely incredible lift, perfect execution of keeping the bar close and brushing through the middle phase of the lift, and an efficient turnover. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, we reviewed Guy's lift and you want me to do the same to you, and this is something that I do on a daily basis with my one-on-one clients that I work with in their Olympic weightlifting. Whether you need a couple of months to focus specifically on mastering the snatch or the clean and jerk, or want to tidy up your technique to be able to compete and master the CrossFit Open this year, then reach out to me.